Infernal Shrines, the grand final starts off with Infernal as we have Oxygen going up against Inting for Ruby. Now, Inting for Ruby had an interesting run through the tournament, and it's great for them to be in the grand final, of course, since that guarantees them quite a few points for the leaderboard, so their chances to make it into the top 8 and stay there are at this point much better just by being in the grand final. If they now can also cause another upset here today and take Oxygen Esports down, that would of course be even better for them, even though that's a tall order. Now, to be fair, Inting for Ruby in the quarterfinal, the last best of one of the tournament, they took down the Bang Bush, so they were able to advance to the semis over the Bang Bush, and then they defeated Team Copium. But the big question is now, can they also take Oxygen Esports down? Even if they don't, it's great for them to come in second place, because it will allow them to get a fair amount of points, and it's a real big step up for them in the leaderboard. But, well, who knows? Maybe they can somehow perform a bit of a miracle here. Now we got Blaze as our first pick. Sergeant Hammer is obviously banned. We also got a ban against Yasu. His Lucio is not going to be available to him. And right now, Inting for Ruby. I mean, if you're going up against a team like Oxygen Esports, you might as well think about, okay, how are we going to cheese this a little bit? Or do we have a strategy where we can rock things? And they go for a nice immediate double pick. They go for Hogger, they go for Junkrat. Both of them, of course, incredibly strong here. And very annoying too. I mean, Hogger can single-handedly take a shrine here, but it's also great on any of the mercenary camps that you have on the map. Whereas Junkrat can always poke from a distance, displace people, get that poke in. We got Yasu with Anduin, and here comes Tychus for Hazu. So yeah, they got Odin. They go full StarCraft on us. Actually, we saw all of them today, haven't we? We've seen... I mean, maybe not all StarCraft characters, but we actually saw plenty. We saw Sergeant Hammer already in play, we had Tychus, we had Blaze, we had Reyna. We had... Did we have Kerrigan? At least for the band. Stukov wasn't quite there yet. Morales is missing. But generally speaking, when we're talking about, like, you know, bio units, then we had quite a fair amount of them. So, yeah, Tychus is just adding another one. And with Odin, you of course have a great tool whenever that shrine is up. So Jojo, she gets banned too. Bye-bye, Johanna. And, well, for Inting for Ruby, what's our double pick? No Diablo, no Wallstun for Bad Benny. The Fish still has a chance to go for his Uther main tank, technically, I suppose. Bit less likely here now, I guess. Unless they go for the same playstyle again with Marcel. No, oh, wait, what? Stitches to Randa? Really? Stitches to Randa, that's really your play? For Infernal Shrines? Uh-huh. Alright. That makes me even more intrigued to see what Mindtalk is going to play. So, yeah, this is a bit wild now. Inting for Ruby with the Stitches to Randa. Okay. Falstad and Leo, so Entomb into a Gust if you want. And last but not least, Mindtalk. I want to see some kind of curveball here. I mean, with Mindtalk, you always think about, okay, is he going to bust out the Kerrigan? But I'm not so sure what's going to work here for them. The Tyrande has me really suspicious, because if she gets jumped on, if she gets entombed, like, she should just fall so quickly. With that comp... Well, they go for the Haka. They got the Haka, they got Hogger, Stitches, and now Tyrande. Alright guys, so the CC is there. Infernal Shrines, Inting for Ruby. Again, the underdog going up against Oxygen Esports on the first map of the grand final. Let's go. Hazorps on the left side for Oxygen Esports as we're in the grand final of qualifier number 7. The playoffs are in reach slowly, and the teams are trying to get more points together. We got Copenhagen on Blaze, Bad Benny on Leo. Once again, the main tank Leoric over here, already had that previously. Yaz on Anduin, and we got Nick on Falstad. On the right side of the map, we have Inting for Ruby with Galnagulna on Tyrande. Fish on Stitches, Blood Cool on Junkrat, Baby Houdini on Dehaka, and Mindtalk on Hogger. Inting for Ruby is the clear underdog here. I mean, 100%, especially after the Masters Clash finals that we had in Paris just the last weekend. If you're looking at Oxygen Esports, you're looking at one of the best teams that we have in Europe here. And Inting for Ruby, they are obviously someone that is just happy making it into the top 8, always trying to improve and really just capitalizing on the mistakes that others are making, getting the experience in too. But it would be a bit ridiculous to pretend that the blue team isn't the clear favorite for this particular best of 3. Now, comebacks and also a couple of upsets can always happen. We already had one in this very tournament, but still, we'll see what they can actually pull off here. So at the top, they're starting to threaten, and they might getting the kill. Hogger's down to the bot lane, but up here, the kill on Blaze. So it's a kill for a kill. And nicely done. They actually were able to lock in Blaze topside, and they got the kill against him. Now, you might already have realized, and I hinted at it as we are in the play introduction, that we have again this Leoric main tank for Bad Benny. Now, he's been playing this quite a bit, and we've also seen a few games that they played in the Masters Clash Finals, where they used a similar style back then on Towers of Doom with the Vikings. And Leo just as a bit of a buffer there at the front. But right now, they're doing that again. And I gotta say, the fish, ladies and gentlemen, what are these hooks? He's channeling his inner JPL here as he's able to get the hooks together. So, well done. I mean, that is the second time that they're getting a kill because of it. And they followed up really well too with the Tirana stun and even Junkrat, who isolated the targets very quickly here. So there was obviously the composition of old. Stitches, hook, Tirana stun, then use the Hunter's Mark as a trade, and you get the damage in. But that was well executed. The problem with Tirana is exactly that. If she is the center of attention, then she is very, very quickly dead because she just doesn't have the hit point pool. Now, there are teams and team compositions where you can play around this a bit by keeping them safe. One way is to ban out some of the more mobile heroes against such a composition, or just making sure that she's always going to be guarded. We've even had some double support compositions with her. One of the maps where she is still able to get some value is Battlefield of Eternity with a Hunter's Mark against the Immortal. Not really common, very rarely, but now we have her on this map, and it's all about what happens when we have the blue team targeting her specifically. Especially, of course, if she's hit by the Entomb. That would be a big problem. But then again, we are early in the game. So far, they got their kills, a little bit ahead in experience, which should also result in an earlier level 7, which is all that you're really looking for at the first objective. You want to get that first level 7 talent so that you have a slight advantage over the objective fight. Baby Houdini, nice move. A bit too late though, had to wait one of the stuns out, and that's the end of the Haka as Oxygen Esports now moves into the shrine. So now they got the upper hand here. Dehaka gets shut down. Perfect timing on the kill. The bigger they are is of course now in. And with that kill and the experience that he got through it, they will also hit level 7. A bit sooner even than Inting for Ruby. So yeah, nicely done. Dehaka comes back to business, but there we are. The fight is starting up, the stuns are coming in, and a nice pull from Anduin is saving Copenhagen here. Real pressure on Blaze, but look at Ogre. He's just spinning to win. Spin to win, baby. Sitting at 30 stacks already, and they're looking good. 38, and that's it. They're claiming it. They're winning the objective over Oxygen Esports. Me likey. Nicely done. The bait over the wall is obviously going to happen here, but Leo and Falstad move to the side lanes right away so that they can get some structural damage in too. And they at least did some. Now, the wall in the mid lane is still falling, but they're now going again for Tyrande, as expected. This is exactly what I talked about earlier. If Tyrande is attacked, she has trouble getting away, and they are abusing that very heavily by flanking her, taking her down, and then focusing on Stitches as their next target, leading to a double kill for the blue team. Now on top of that, we have on level 7 the Huntress Fury, so that comes in as a level 7 talent after the Mark of Mending has been chosen on level 4. And Stitches is also going down a bit of a different path here, with the Putrefaction on level 7 and the Vile Cleaver on level 4. So definitely some talent adjustments on their side, but the kill count is now rising for Oxygen Esports. So we got both teams with a global. That's going to play a bigger role later on too. And for now at least, they are still playing this out in the bot lane with camps that are taken. Hazu, yeah, that grenade is not going anywhere. But they might... Nah, they're not going to go for him just yet. If they can land the Entomb here, that would of course be the dream, but it hits a second too late. Yeah, Entomb is ready, so is the Gust. Odin, the more important one, if you're really trying to go for the next objective here. I mean, which of course they will, duh. But yep, so they got their heroics, and they also got a possible kill here. Mindtalk is trying to get out, is able to move away. Even the grenade won't be able to take him down here, as you can see. Not enough damage. So they can nibble at the wall with the camp, but that's all that they can do here. And there's the Starfall. Stitches, I suppose. I mean, he could go for Violent Infection. No, he can't. The Z wasn't in here. Hasn't even given that over yet. Yeah, so the other thing, Putrid Bile. Not gonna go for that just yet. But there's definitely a chance. So a couple of plays that they could both do now in regards to their ults. And yeah, what's it gonna be? Only one that hasn't chosen yet. Gorge or no Gorge? If you want to go Gorge, Tyrande has an easier time following up on the stun if you play your cards right. Very unique and rare mount by Bad Benny here, by the way, I just want to say. So yeah, that's incredibly unique and incredibly rare. Like, only every Heroes of the Storm player that we have now has that one, but you can see how incredibly rare and unique it is. So, a fantastic mount. Totally glorious. And I mean that with no hint of sarcasm at all. But, I mean, it's really rare and really unique. Then again, the Haka dying, not so much. But, yeah. I mean, look at it. Much rare, much unique, much wow. Oh my god. What a mount! What a mount! So rare and so unique. Okay, so camps are getting taken again after the Haka was now killed. We have 5 kills to 2 in total. And we do have it. The Putrid Bile is in. So there we have it. We got nearly level 13 now. So it's half a level that is missing until the blue team gets their level 13 talents. And that is going to give them a leg up for the fight at the top lane. So yeah, there's that. Now down to the bottom of the map, we got Nick still holding the lane. The 2 globals are going to do that for some time here. In an ideal world, of course, Nick is going to stay even longer to try and force the fort down a little bit. And playing that out against Baby Udini, but Nick is going to be fine there. Hogger is just pogging hard, as you can see. And Galnegulnar with Tyrande was immediately in trouble again for a second and forced the Putrid Bile out from Stitches. And they are doing exactly that. They're always focusing the backline there. Falstad is still pressuring the Haka at the bottom of the map, and Leo has now taken over the shrine, so they got the level 13 talent. And they're putting it to good use. Bot lane is struggling, even with the Haka defending. And with that, they are now sitting topside. 19 stacks to 9. A lot of ults are still available here, and Falstad hasn't flown in yet, but as long as Benny is getting value bot side, why would they? So they're pressuring Tyrande and forcing her back. The stuns are not hitting right now. And with Fish not having Gorge, that's a problem. There's Odin getting popped as they are trying to make sure that they're getting the objective, and they should. And here comes the counterplay there by Copenhagen. He might fall here, but they got the stun with a light bomb and a great entomb. Benny with a fantastic entomb here. Now don't get me wrong, Blaze still dies, but the idea here was great. He makes the entomb just so that nobody can force Blaze that in the beginning. Hogger now dies, so it's a kill for a kill. Yasuo is on the run. I mean, honestly, it feels like a lot of what Yasuo is doing in all of these games is just running. And he's great at it. I mean, you can always argue, has a natural inclination, but still. So there's the hit, Anduin goes down. But there is the fort that gets destroyed at the bot lane. And Falstad doesn't even stop. Nick doesn't give a shit. Nick is just sitting here and is saying like, look at my siege damage. It's glorious. It's over 100,000. So yeah, he's just pushing that side lane. He doesn't care. Benny is dodging everything. First he comes in with a big support tomb, and now he's just dodging out everything that they throw against him. Can't dodge out on auto attacks though, so that's a problem. But they walked away with 2 fort kills here. 2 forts are down. That's actually pretty impressive. And Nick is still sitting at the bottom of the map. So yeah, gets another hit in and nearly gets a kill on Junkrat too. They're throwing everything at Nick right now, and he's just like, yeah, I'm fine, boys. I'm fine. Let's do this. And here's the fly. Is a little bit too late. Just flies away. Could go for the... Ooh, a shockwave. Not even that is working. Yep. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't touch this. Can't touch the Nick here. Nope. He is too slippery. So Nick gets away and is right back at it as Benny comes in with his rare and unique mount and is dazzling them. Absolutely dazzling them. He came into the fight and he looked at it and he's like, oh my god, Look at that mount. It's so rare. It's so unique. And over all that, they just forgot to fight. So they gave up the camp, and there's the level 16. So here we are. We got 6 kills to 5. We got still a half-level lead, but it's really just the structural advantage that is the big story here. With Falstad pushing the bot lane in the fashion or in the manner that he did, and them taking the top thanks to the Punisher, they're just looking at a fantastic lead here. Now we're waiting for level 16 talents, of course, and we can see what they can do now. But yeah, can they get the mid lane too? Not yet. They're still down at the bottom of the map. Yeah. At least Junkrat is having fun. At least somebody on the red team is having some fun here, right? So yeah, they go for Junkrat again. And they're really pressuring them on all the lanes right now. But the red team is finally trying to force the issue here with another attack. The stun gets dodged by the Wraith Walk. Benny, though, is caught here and likely going to fall, so they might have to sacrifice him. If they can trade him, on the other hand, that would be totally worth it. Shockwave from Pogga, and Pogga pogs out of the fight. Minddog is still alive. The hook, the pull. Hazu is alive. And Yasuo, look at that chat. He sacrifices himself for Hazu ops. That's how you do it. Now they're losing Blaze as well, but they also lose Benny. So 3 down, and Benny still doesn't give a shit. Benny is in this game and he's just like, yeah boys, I'm gonna side lane. Yeah, he's just side laning 6 days to Sunday with his Falstad here. It really reminds me of the specialists of old that would never join the team fight, but in this case they're actually getting side lane value. But you know what I'm talking about, right? The specialists that never knew when to join a fight and were always just like sitting there, look at my siege damage! So much siege damage! Yeah, all those Zagaras and Azebos out there that never felt they had to join a battle. And Asmodan's included. Benny, Nick is doing that too. But in this case, you know, he's joining up when he needs to. And they're getting a lot out of this. Now, they will have to go for the 5 versus 5 at some point, but at least for now it's fine. So, yep, there's the hit and the kill. Boom, down goes Hogga. They got the kill, and then they just go for the Gus and disengage. Easy. They're running circles around Inting for Ruby a little bit. But the one thing that we still have to also note here is if you look at the experience distribution, they are doing pretty well. It's mainly the hero kills where Inting for Ruby is currently ahead of them. Yeah, it's kind of wild, honestly. The gap between the two teams is very, very small, and you would have expected it to be more, but thanks to all of the XP that they got through hero kills, they got a lot there. So, yep, there it is. And Falstad has immediately taken down to the bot lane again. So yeah, they're opening this up. Slowly, steadily, piece by piece, structure by structure. But they're doing it. That's all they gotta pull off here. 37,000 damage now. They got another objective, while the red team had to go down to the bottom of the map in order to defend their bot lane. Oxygen Esports took the objective. So there it is. Now, at the same time, we have a camp also stolen up at the top. They're just playing the map. They're really just playing the map whenever they can. And doing as much as possible here. And it's a lot. So they're closing on level 20. They're gonna get it soon. The siege damage from Nick is, by the way, out of this world. I mean, look at it. It's ridiculous. And they're catching the fish too. And that's a kill against Stitches. He's down. They want more. Leo survives. Fantastic pull by Anduin here. And it seems like they might just be able to get a keep. Maybe even a double. Because up at the top, there's a camp now pressuring together with a catapult. And Nick has moved down to the bottom of the map. It's a 3-pronged attack. They're going for the Poseidon move over here. 8 kills to 8. And level 20 is available to them. They are crushing. We even have Fly now. Epic mount for Nick on level 20. The first keep is already gone, and they still keep pushing on multiple lanes against them. Down to the bot lane, Yasuo is helping Nick out, and the rest of the team has moved towards the top and now doing the exact same thing. And guess what? Nick just flew over. He's just like, see ya! And he's a lot faster than them. Epic mount in that situation is just so good. And they might be able to get this one. Maybe they have to sacrifice a hero, but if they're YOLOing in for it, they're definitely going to claim it. Seems like they are not willing to do that, so they just fall back for now. Death timers are obviously also continuing to rise, so you got to be a bit careful here. But yep, it's looking pretty good. Nick is just going to play around them the entire game. He's going to do nothing else. He has Epic Mount now, nothing else that he has to. Boom, flies away. Goodbye, boys. See you later. He will fly to the top at some point, take this one. They already have keep advantage and they can let the catapults push. We got the gift from the Embalmer now. got also the Celestial Wrath. But for Inting for Ruby, this is honestly a bit annoying. Because they're sitting there and they're thinking like, guys, how do we do this now? Look, he's already on his way. He's already flying towards the top or moving towards the top, and then he can fly away here. Yeah. It's gonna be pretty solid. And of course, while he does all of that, he gets the minion kills, and that gives him even more damage. So, yeah. He's gonna get that too. Right now, things are looking great for Nick. I mean, already the Haka is in a position where he's like, yeah, I don't like this, boys. This isn't really going as intended. Khaldor is there, there's the stun, and there's the isolation, and finally they're getting a good... Don't tell me. Yep, of course, he just flies away. Fuck it, see ya. Even with the isolation and everything, it just didn't matter. They put everything on him. They wanted to finally take him down, and they just couldn't. So, yep. That's that. And guess where he is? He's already back to his shenanigans at the top lane. He wants that keep, he's gonna get that keep. He's already back to business. He's already back at it. So as long as you can play the macro game with your team the way that he does, it's a fantastic talent to take. They're not interested in big team fights. And he's already flying into the middle. He's like, ooh, free kill. And he comes straight in and he takes him down. Survives it as well. The top keep is about to fall. And they're killing Stitches at the bottom of the map. He sees a free Junkrat, he takes a free Junkrat. All those freebies. So now 2 of the keeps are gone. The rest of them is trying to fly away here. But yep, maybe a couple of kills there. Nick is moving at the top, Nick is moving in the middle. He's like, catapults on the core, let's go. Sounds like a plan. Yep, flies in, and Khaldor is dead. The bird's the word, baby. The chicken is doing it, and here it comes, the 5-man team wipe. As the blue team wins game number 1 in this best of 3 at the grand final of the qualifier. Oxygen Esports, they are the favorites and they're showcasing why. 13 kills to 9, just playing around the opponent. Nick with 230,000 siege damage as we are headed for the second map of the best of 3 series here at the final of qualifier number 7. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Map number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen. We got the 1-0 lead for Oxygen Esports. Inting for Ruby, they got outplayed by the chicken a little bit. Nick just zipping from left to right, from bottom to top and back. So yeah, he definitely flew circles around them there. With big success. They played the map, they played for the structure, and they made it really tricky for Inting for Ruby to do anything here. It looked like at the top lane they at least were about to kill him once, and then again he just flew out. So now that we're heading into Tomb, of course a little bit of a different map, very different beast. A lot more wave clear that's needed here, a lot smaller map as well. We got Brightwing, we got Lucio banned out, and here comes the Johanna ban. I assume that we're gonna see Sergeant Hammer addressed. Just because. I mean, it's starting to become a hero that you always want to ban out against Oxygen Esports, and at some point, of course, some teams will have to take the risk of not banning her. Because, yeah, you can't just, like, always waste the ban against Oxygen Esports in that fashion. But for the time being, a lot of the teams are still like, yeah, let's not do this. So, what are we getting as the first pick instead? Are they, again, focusing in on, let's say, early Blaze pick? Nope. Nick is not screwing around here. He instantly goes for the Maiev pick. No Carrigan or nothing. He just comes in. It's like, well, Maiev, that's it. What do we do with that? And over on the right side of the map. Here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, we get Blaze and Uther. Finally, the Uther main tank. Here it is, everybody. Uther main tank. I've been waiting for it the entire day. This is... What is this? Game 5 that I cast from... Inting for Ruby, and not a single time has Uther been banned against them, and I've been waiting for the fish to pick him, because he always does. But now we are here on Tomb of Spider Queen, and Uther is in the house. And we get instead, on the blue team side, Mephisto and Oriel. Alright, get the whip out, baby. Oh, yeah.
King.
Yeah, you know it, my friend. So, what are they going to play with us? We already got the damage pretty much locked in for them. Let's see. But yeah, first of all, on the bans, they ban Leo. They don't want this Leo main tank stuff again. You're just gonna drain them. I would probably think about banning Malthael here. If they play Nano Boost Malthael with Uther Divine Shield, that could be a bit annoying, but they just simply ban Ana, so you can't Nano Boost him. Could still go into Malthael with a Divine Shield, but you don't have the Nano Boost behind it, so it's a smart choice. Makes sure that no matter what they pick, there's just no boosted version of that, so yeah, fair enough. That's a good ban towards the same combo, trying to just eliminate that. But we are going to get an additional support. Could be Rhaegar. Could be somebody completely different here. Anduin is up too. Deckard Cain is up. I mean, again, advantages and disadvantages for all of them. Gul'dan and Diablo. Some beefy boys at the front line. Blaze and Dibbles. Okay. And the final two picks. What's the blue team gonna lock in? What is Bad Benny gonna play now? Medivh and Malthael. Yeah, again, they are going a little bit out there. Don't copy this shit at home. This is not something that they would play against a team that is on the same level as they are. I can guarantee you that much. So, Benny on Medivh. I mean, might still flip it over to somebody else. Could go for Hazu, for example. I mean, again, it's going to be wild either way. But there are going to be some off-roll plays, most likely. And we have the final pick for Mind Talk for the red team as we are headed in. And it is... Stitches! Stitches, once again. Diablo Stitches. That's actually interesting. So Stitches... This is actually a really beefy comp. Mad tank power. 2-minute Spider Green, map number 1 in the final. Let's go, everybody. Here at the 7th qualifier of the X-Cup Summer. Game number 2, Hazu is playing Medivh. We got Nick on Mephisto. They swap people. They swap things around pretty aggressively. Copenhagen is playing Malthael. We have Bad Benny on Maiev. That's actually something that they already did in the past. Bad Benny on Maiev in a bit of a tank thing. Mixed results, let's put it like that. We got Yazu on Oriel. And yeah, let's see what else they can do here. Gul'dan, he's playing Uther. We got Fish for Inting for Ruby on Diablo. Mind Talk is playing Blaze. Bloodcool on Gul'dan. And Baby Houdini. I mean, that is still a lost opportunity. If you're already going in the game where your opponent is also playing a little bit outside the box and at least going to hungry for more here. But yep, either way, we have by now pretty much 2.5 tanks against no real tank. That's what's happening here. A Maiev main tank has been played in the past. And the first thing that falls is Diablo. So Fish, who's actually playing the main tank for the red team, he dies first. Baby Houdini is playing a bit of a side laner. It's a little bit of a weird hybrid because they already have a proper side laner with Blaze. But now also adding Stitches to that is wild to say the least. So that means also that they only have Uther. So initially it was really Fish on Uther that we expected. And then picking maybe a tank together with it, but like they went Diablo, Stitches. It's really wild what they're doing here. They're playing an incredibly beefy lineup, which makes it of course a bit difficult for Oxygen Esports in these long prolonged fights to really get a kill here. So they have to be very careful. Yazu is trying to drop the whips. Hazu is getting himself a few stacks, and with this many melees, as long as he's close to the action, he will always get some stacks with every single hit that he gets out there. It's a wild combo, but again, a lot of it empowered simply by Oxygen Esports being fully aware that they are the favorite in this, that they are already ahead with the 1-0. So they're having a little bit of fun, testing a couple of things out too, and just seeing how Inting for Ruby reacts to that. And for the red team, that's an opportunity to maybe punish them for it and move on to the third map. But they also got to prove that they are able to deal with it, you know? And it's always easier said than done when you're going up against a team that has such good coordination, synergy, and calls as Oxygen Esports. And of course the experience that they have here doesn't hurt either. I mean, these bad boys just came back from Paris where they played in the Masters Clash finals. The Fish is in trouble again, and with trouble, I mean he's dead again. So, Diablo dead for the second time. The kitten has been destroyed. Yeah, Lord of Terror my ass. So now we got 2 kills to 0. 29 stacks for Hazu. Yeah, there's a stun into a stun, but they're actually trying to get a Mind Talk, so he's finding himself in trouble too and has to retreat. Hazu with the 31 stacks is starting to turn in his 2 gems. Insane amount there. 2 gems delivered. Whew. Crisis averted. But yeah, obviously Medivh is currently rocking it. unless he gets somehow caught really off guard. This should be a fairly easy completion of his baseline quest. And yeah, they're going for Gul'dan. They get another kill. These portal rotations are definitely doing a number on them now. And he's at 35 stacks. Yeah, he's about to complete this. Sitting at 36. They might lose Benny here, but he vaults out. And they have the portal ready right away to turn in another set of gems and work on the turn in there. But this is a bit of a problem. The whip is missing and Nick is in trouble, but he still gets the shield. Haas is at 38 stacks right now, and he's done. 3 minutes and 19 seconds. There it is. 28 gems have been delivered against the 18 that Inting for Ruby already turned in. Quest completed. Time to feed. Nope. Maiev dies. Bit of a wall stun on Uthas. They're trying to get a hit here. But 3 kills to 1 at this point. They're still working on the turn-ins. Yeah, Maiev went down, but they still got the gems. All the gems in the world that they need for this one. Stuns. Yeah, Medivh is so important here. With all of the stuns and all of those portal rotations, he is going to be the linchpin of this play. And they are able to take down Uther. The portals are always right there to just portal them over to the turn-in. So that's actually really cool what they're doing here. They're aggressively playing around the shield and around those portals to go from a team fight straight to a turn-in. Team fight, turn-in, team fight, turn-in. From the wave, from the lane where they get their gems, straight into this. So here's the level 7 talent on both sides. Maiev jumping back out. Portals are there. There's a pull. Fish. Not really in trouble, but gets pulled out. Careful, Benny. And he gets toasted by Gul'dan and Blaze. So Maiev is dead for the second time. Both kills against Benny. And the party continues as the Webweavers are touching ground. Yeah, and they're fighting on. They're really fighting on here. They need to control Gul'dan a little bit. He's the biggest threat against those Webweavers. Bot lane, Malthael against Stitches is still fighting this out. And they can, of course, rotate over towards the middle of the bot lane whenever they like to. And so far, Copenhagen is getting some value down here. Top has been defeated very quickly. It was a 5 versus 4 or 4 versus 3. And for most of the time, but now Maiev is back to business. So they can start to tether this, and this fort in the mid lane is not looking good. Getting a fort with the first objective is always a huge win, and it seems like they can pull that off. Great jet propulsion, just as Benny's trying to jump out again. Gul'dan in trouble, the tether, and the body block. Leads to another kill on Uther, and they get that fort. What a battle. I mean, honestly, it's like a can't stop, won't stop situation between the two teams here. As it's just an endless brawl. I mean, they're just not stopping with this. The portals allow them to go from one move into the next, and they just crush it. They are half a level ahead right now. They don't have another turn available. Stitches lands a hook, but the whip is also connecting, and the fish is therefore on the receiving end of another ass kicking and might actually fall here. Somehow survives and gets out. The portals are there. Good wall stun, but they kill Blaze. Fish is still low. They kill Uther. Uther is more dead and alive than at this point. I mean, honestly, he's died 3 times already. Uther has died 3 times. Hazu, yep, portaling out. Everybody is in. I mean, it's insanely low. Look at this shit. They have like no hit points. Ridiculous. Yeah. Gul'dan at 30,000 damage, top damage in the game. He has really good stacks on his level 1 as well. Normally, you hope that you're completing those around level 16 so that you get the synergy, but he's already about to be done. But we have the level 10 abilities now too for Oxygen Esports, and that gives us Last Rites, Endurance of Hate. But yeah, look at Gul'dan. 33 stacks. Woo! Come to Papa. Those are some juicy stats there. Yeah, and here it is. Horrify. Divine Shield is now in. Now they can keep some of them alive a bit longer. But Oxygen Esports is definitely having some fun here. The disc is out, and yep, they're rushing around here. The hell is happening here? Finally, there it is. So, a bit late to the party, but they go for Copen. Leyline. Jesus, the isolation plays over here. Gul'dan is dead again. Uther, at this point, just stay on the ground, dude. Why are you taking this beating time and time again? Just stay on the ground, buddy. It's over. It's over. You're just dying. You're just dying. Like, why do you do this to yourself? You like suffering. The Lightbringer, yeah, they're jumping even behind that gate now. And they're getting a kill on Gul'dan, and they're still escaping. Insanely aggressive portal games. Incredibly aggressive portal games. Stitches is dead. They go for Mind Talk. I mean, it is an absolute disaster here for Inting for Ruby. Oxygen Esports is currently turning to the Spider Queen into an absolute graveyard, which I guess it technically is. But here's the kill. Uther is dead again. I mean, he's just running it down mid at this point. 5 deaths. He's trying to activate his trait to get more heals out. That's what he's trying to do. And at the 8-minute mark, they're going for a keep. The fish is deaded, and it's just a party. Portals galore. I mean, honestly, portal into portal into portal into portal into portal. It's like, there's another one. Ah, they save him. It's actually Urel that falls. Urel is dead. I mean, I don't think I'm spoiling anything when I say that this keep is gonna fall too, but they got at least one kill. Urel is dead, and now they're lacking their sustain. So, yep. They're trying to chase, but they can't. And they just moved through the mid lane. Honestly, it's like they just random their heroes and went for all mid. They're literally pulling an all mid move right now. Level 13 is in. They got 66 gems. They have everybody back up on the map. Now they can go for some camps here too. And they have the turn in. So, do they even bother with forts at this point? But yeah, Medivh is totally ripping them a new one here. He's just empowering too many plays. Nick is getting away again. Yeah, Haas is always ready. And now they're trying to chase Baby Odin again. Wall's done. Yeah, he's in trouble. Alright. You got the hook, and there's the Divine Shield. Barely surviving this. Stitches has to move out, taps the fountain, but the rest of the team isn't looking much better right now. They're going for a kill on Diablo, which they don't get that easily. So still no stack for Malthael, but they're forcing them back. They're dodging out on the hooks, and they're just continuing the party here. Could also easily turn in if they really wanted to. A lot of this is obviously also empowered by Auriel. Yeah, let's not forget about that. Auriel is pretty solid in this one. Because she doesn't need mana. So she's not running out of mana anytime soon. So yeah, Auriel is there, gets another kill. She's the one to deliver the final blow in Blaze. And Diablo is there too. It's, by the way, a crime from Blizzard to call her Auriel and then put a Urel in. I mean, how do you not mix that up all the time? There's going to be some German sitting with the notepad in front of the PC, making notes, writing them into the YouTube comments. This was not correct. This hero is not present in the game. You made a mistake. You need to be executed. 17 kills to 3. We got 15 on the board, and they're not turning in. So they go for the boss instead, apparently, or at least looking. No, just double checking. They got another fort, so there's 2 forts down and 1 keep gone. But here we go. Diablo, Endurance of Fate, the helping hand. Stitches. What a chat. Look at him. Going full body mode on us. Uther. Look at that. Calculated. Yeah, he gets it. Ah, disc to stop the gorge. Nice. And that is finally the first stack from Malthael. Took long enough. But they are obviously looking to murder them here. But somebody has to tell them what gems are. I mean, boys, you gotta turn in. You already did it earlier. So, yeah, there's another one to get Blaze. They're just going for the core. At this point, you just feel they're gonna escort the catapults in. But it's too early in the game. They're not really hitting hard yet. So yeah, they're just moving away up to the top fort. Can easily take that one down too. And that means that there's not a single fort standing any longer for Inting for Ruby. Instead, we have the only 2 keeps missing left. Top, bottom, that's it. So right now, here comes the turn-in. And they're already looking for another kill. Yeah, there's no kill like overkill. The tether, and the helping hand is too late. Poor Uther. He's dead again. Yeah, 6 times that he was taken down. Same is true for Diablo. He's going for the barbecue, but yep, that ain't happening either. So Malthael dropped another last ride on him to just get one more stack. Webweavers are coming. They're trying to end this. Oxygen Esports on their way to lock in another qualifier victory, to lock in the points for the leaderboard, and try to set themselves up at the top of the ranking here. They're moving in, and they're really trying to go for gold. Top keep is already under attack as the Webweavers are coming in for it. Down here, Hazu still finding a little bit too deep. Took actually damage from this. The whips are coming out as Urel is just slapping one out after another. And at least in the middle, they were able to take the Webweavers down. But as I said, top side is a problem. Blaze is falling. Bottom of the map also an issue. And the party continues in the middle as they can just jump through the portals time and time again. Baby Houdini is in trouble. 64,000 damage from Alphael. 60,000 for Gul'dan. Uther is dead. Uther is a private battle with Diablo to see who can die faster. And it's honestly Diablo. And if he continues this good work here, then he will end up with a double-digit death count first. But instead, seems like the core is finally going to fall. 41% for now. Another big hook coming. Another whip. And that is it. This is game. Webweavers and Catapults on the court. 25 kills to 3. A 2-0 victory in the final for Oxygen Esports. Inting for Ruby. Still happy with second place. But this best of 3 goes to the blue team.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.